What is this lens thing with plated metal and glass found in Victoria Tip in Devon? My wife found this while partaking in her favorite hobby of mudlarking. It appears to be some kind of lens, possibly hinged at some point. My best guess is some sort of bicycle lamp lens. Any ideas? It's the head of a 1930s pocket flashlight, with an outer lens characteristic of the time. The top of the case flips open to see the small bulb inside. I have seen some of these are made in Czechoslovakia, Sweden, Germany, and some are made by Eveready. What is this heavy cast iron I thrifted 20 plus years ago? I just loved how it looked. The person who sold it also had no idea what it was. It always reminded me of Louise Bourgeois' spider sculptures. What in the Spider-Verse is it? It's a 1960s Dansk candle holder. It looks like Dansk makes quite a few odd ones. I think it's more decorative than functional. It was designed by Jens Harald Quistgaard, a Danish sculptor and designer, known principally for his work for the American company Dansk Designs, where he was chief designer from 1954 and for the following 3 decades. What is this, some kind of gyroscope? It's kind of heavy for the size, and the base appears to be a different material from the rest. In the second picture, the gears on the top and bottom are connected and spin as one. My grandfather worked in scrap for pretty much his whole life and still owns a yard today in his 80s. This probably came from him at some point over the years. It looks like it used to be attached to something at the bottom. Can you please help me identify what this thing is? It's a World War II era Mk-12 Torpedo gyroscope, a precision instrument used in US Navy torpedoes to provide directional stability and guidance during underwater travel. It's a crucial component that ensures the torpedo maintains a straight course towards its target after being launched. The gyroscope's high-speed rotation and internal mechanisms keep the torpedo on a predictable path, while separate mechanisms maintain depth and level. It contains a spinning wheel that resists changes in direction, providing stability. What is this wooden item bought in an antique store? My dad bought this thing 30 years ago at least, with no idea what it was. Can anyone help with identifying what it is? It's an antique folding boot jack from the 19th to the early 20th century, probably made of walnut or mahogany, and the folding mechanism allows for compact storage when not in use. Most of these have 2 carved recesses that hold folding steel boot pulls and button hooks. Many of this kind of folding boot jacks are from the Georgian to the Edwardian eras, reflecting the popularity of tall boots during those periods. We saw this while hiking in Vancouver. While we were on a trail that had connections to rivers and lakes, this was at least a 20-minute walk to the nearest river, which was all deep gorge rivers that you cannot access from the trail, fenced off or just too dangerous. It was pretty big, as tall as me at the high wings, and about 40 feet long. One portion of the angled part has a section taken out of it, and no signs or postings around it. There was absolutely nothing around that would give me any clues. It was the weirdest thing. Any ideas? It's a part of a log flume or lumber flume, a watertight flume constructed to transport freshly cut timber down mountainous terrain using flowing water. Flumes replaced horse or oxen-drawn carriages on dangerous mountain trails in the late 19th century. Logging operations preferred flumes whenever a reliable source of water was available. Flumes were cheaper to build and operate than logging railroads. Flumes remained in widespread use through the early 20th century. The logging truck replaced both the logging railroad and the flume after World War II. What is this set of clear glass bowls with the 3 partial partitions inside? My father gave these to me from his parents' estate. His parents had both passed by 2014, but were married around the 50s. These could have been purchased by their home on Cape Cod, or inherited from their own parents' estate in the Connecticut area. Physically, they are 4.5 inches wide, 3 inches deep, and I have 7 of these bowls. I am speculating that these were for some sort of candle. Reverse search turns up nothing. Any insight is extremely helpful. They are 1970s shrimp cocktail or caviar dishes. The fins hold a smaller dish for cocktail or dipping sauce, but you seem to be missing those. It was designed to cradle seafood over ice or to keep dips and sauces chilled throughout service. What is this rock in a sling of some sort? This has been hanging from the roof in the backyard of my childhood home for more than 40 years. My father doesn't know what it is, and my mother probably knew at some point, but unfortunately has passed. Any idea, please? It's a gag weather rock or a gag weatherstone, a humorous display that pokes fun at the intricate technology used in modern weather forecasts, as well as the fact that their accuracy is less than perfect. They've popped up in various forms for decades, usually with a sign. If the rock is wet, it's raining. If the rock is swinging, the wind is blowing. If the rock casts a shadow, the sun is shining. If the rock does not cast a shadow and is not wet, the sky is cloudy. If the rock is difficult to see, it is foggy. If the rock is white, it is snowing. If the rock is coated with ice, there is a frost. If the rock is bouncing, there is an earthquake. If the rock is underwater, there is a flood. If the rock is warm, it is sunny. If the rock is missing, there is a tornado. If the rock is wet and swinging violently, there is a hurricane. If the rock can be felt but not seen, it is nighttime. If the rock has white splats on it, watch out for birds. If the rock is levitating, you're stoned. And if there are 2 rocks, you're drunk. What is this thing? We saw it on a trailer in the middle of Missouri on a road trip. I have no confidence in this, but could those be the internal assemblies for windmill power generators? Thanks in advance. That is a large smart pig, or pipeline inspection gauge. It's a data capturing tool that provides readings and information on the health of our pipelines. They are pulled or blown through oil or gas pipelines to detect or provide valuable information and locations for potential metal loss, disbonded coating, and small cracks or dents in the steel. These are really expensive items with sensors, and it takes a team to operate. Interesting to see it hold around uncovered like that. It's also called a pig because it makes a squealing noise through the pipe. What is this metal object found underneath the floorboards in my Victorian house, which was built circa 1900? I don't think it is horse-related. Most stirrups would be attached to a leather strap, not on the end of a metal bar. I have no idea what it is, but not likely to be for horses. I used Google Image on it, and AI said, the object in the image appears to be a rusty metal representation of a Celtic cross. We've been puzzling over it for days. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.